He laughed at men who married older women, not quietly, not privately, out loud, at bars, at tailgates, at family gatherings. He said those men had already lost control, that they'd surrendered authority before the marriage even began. He swore he'd never be that man. But life has a way of replaying your words back to you when you're least prepared to hear them. All it took was one question, not an accusation, not a confrontation. A simple, careless birthday question asked on a warm evening in Phoenix, Arizona. And in a matter of seconds, everything he believed about himself, his marriage, his masculinity, his identity, collapsed. This story isn't about age, it's about ego, and what happens when truth threatens identity. Welcome to Top Story. Jason Miller didn't grow up violent. He grew up certain about how men were supposed to behave, certain about who led and who followed, certain about where authority came from. In his family, age mattered. Men were older. Men decided. Men never looked behind their partners. That wasn't preference. It was law. Jason learned early that respect wasn't earned quietly. It was claimed. At school, he talked bigger than others. At work, he projected confidence even when unsure. In relationships, he believed control meant safety. And when he laughed at men who married older women, he wasn't joking. He was reassuring himself, because certainty made him feel powerful, and power made him feel safe. Emily Carter learned a different lesson growing up. She learned that honesty didn't always protect you. She watched her mother get overlooked, watched doors close, watched opportunities disappear, not because of talent, but because of age. By her late 30s, Emily had done everything right: career, health, independence. But dating taught her a harsh truth. Men didn't ask how she lived. They asked how old she was, and when they learned the number, everything changed. So when she met Jason at a crowded NFL watch party downtown, and he casually asked, "So, how old are you?" she paused, just long enough to decide, and she gave him the answer she believed would protect her. Not because she wanted to deceive him, but because she feared losing him before he ever truly knew her. Their life looked perfect. Marriage, children, a future people admired. Jason told stories about his young wife. Emily smiled. She convinced herself the lie no longer mattered. But lies don't disappear. They wait. They age quietly. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't anger. It was a question. How will you celebrate turning 40 next year? The laughter stopped. Jason didn't yell. He just stared. And in that silence, the truth arrived. Jason didn't hear explanations. He heard humiliation. Every belief he'd defended turned inward. He left to think. But instead of reflection, his pride hardened. What followed wasn't sudden. It was deliberate. Emily's mistake didn't end her life. Pride did. Jason Miller was sentenced to life in prison. Not for anger, not for betrayal, but for a choice. This story didn't begin with a lie. It began with beliefs that couldn't survive reality. And until those beliefs are questioned, these stories will repeat. You're watching Top Story.